wingspan, and we're leaving Summers. Then we get over here, we're approaching Jefferson. We're outside of Jefferson. And we have the Ammonia Tank, which receives ammonia tank cars once in a while. They don't come in here a lot, but they get some every few sessions. And then the track for the ammonia tank car is actually using some pink ballast like you'll see in Iowa in areas. But it's track doesn't get a lot of use, so put a lot of weeds around it. Now, a little gravel road that goes over the tracks here. And you can see my attempt at painting backdrops on the wall. That surely is not my forte, trust me. And these are the tracks for the grain elevator, storage tracks for the grain elevator, and that tank is there temporarily, by the way. So I've actually just added a track here in Jefferson. This short little spur that you see these two hopper cars on was just added because I'm gonna install another little fertilizer building on this track. Plus I needed a little bit more room for the grain cars. We were starting to get overloaded because there was only one spur for the grain cars, and it just wasn't enough. You know that saying, hindsight's 20/20. There's a lot of things that I would do differently. There's a little bit of switching that goes on over here in Jefferson. This can keep somebody busy for a while. It's not like Farnhamville or Summers, but it can keep someone busy for a little bit. This road is all plaster, come to think of it. This main road here is all plaster, and it came out okay for a concrete road. And incidentally, I don't think I've showed you my fields. These are kind of representing soybean fields, and it gives you the overall effect of, you know, looking like a crop row. Put a little fence around some of it. That was fairly simple to do. I tried to make it complicated at first, and then I found a pretty easy way to do it. And this is kind of our dark corner here. Hope you can see this pretty good, but this is still part of Jefferson. This building here, a friend of mine had it on his layout, and he was such an excellent modeler. And it had my name on it on the top of the roof there. If you see where it's been blotted out, my name used to be on it, and he died a few years ago, and I've seen this on his layout, and so it was given to me, and then I changed the name to his name, his last name, and put it on the building. So that building just got kind of thrown in there. I had to find a spot for it on the layout, and this was the only spot I could find. This is where the roof of my attic actually starts to go way down, so it just did squeeze in there. And but I found a place for it, and we switched cars to it. It takes a box car or two occasionally, not a lot, every now and then, every few sessions. And this is an interchange track that runs all the way down here. This area is a duck under area to get up into the room, so that's why it looks like it does. It's a bridge here. This is you duck under this part to get up into the room. And but this represents the Illinois Central Interchange track, this little stub here that goes to the wall. So it can receive anywhere from 8 to 10 cars. And it's opposed to all the other turnouts, so you have to do runaround operation to get everything in there and get everything out. So it can make things a little bit complicated, but fun. It's not boring. So it's like I said, Jefferson can keep somebody busy for an hour and a half, maybe almost 2 hours, depending on how much they have to pick up and how much they have to drop off. So really, my YouTube friends, this is an overall view of my layout. As I start making more changes, more scenery, and add to the layout, maybe I'll give you another update in the future. Hope hope you've enjoyed the tour. And I said the best part of this is the operations. Now I really enjoy the operations with my friends. We have a good time. We meet about every other Thursday generally, and there's 4 of us in the rotation, so it takes a while before it gets back around to me again. So about every 2 months I guess we operate on it, and that's not always etched in stone. Things happen, but and I do belong to a model railroad club also, and we meet every Tuesday night. So anyway, that's the overall look. I know some of you on YouTube had written me and had requested an overall view of the layout. And this is Farmville again, and you going around. It's Marshalltown. And by the way, that wall backside of Marshalltown is made all from styrene. I mean, not styrene, styrofoam. It's made from styrofoam, and eventually there's going to be the backside of a city sitting on top of here. This is all removable, this plywood, because there's tracks underneath. And I etched all these brick, block, whatever you want to call it, into the styrofoam and painted it and weathered it. And it's not completely finished either. There's some, I still got to finish the cap part on this end of the wall. But I know you can buy the plaster castings and put up the wall, but I want something different. Everybody, you start seeing the same stuff on every layout and the same stuff on the club layouts. Everybody uses the same plaster casting, so I said I'll just scratch build it out of styrofoam, and nobody else will have this wall. I don't know if it's prototypical or not, but it looked neat to me. Something that thought would look different. Tell me what you think. Took a lot of time to scribe all those all those blocks into the styrofoam. But that's what the hobby's about. Keeps you out of mischief. Because I can surely get into that without this hobby. I can even get into it with the hobby. Anyway, here's another block wall too. That's just etched out of styrofoam also. And also this retaining wall, that's out of styrofoam. It's just a big concrete wall that I etched expansion joints into and weathered it with some acrylic type paints. I don't recommend spraying this stuff with spray paint. It'll melt away on you. You can after you put a coat of latex on it. I have sprayed them after I latex it with some white latex or gray latex, a base. Then you can spray paint it. It will protect the styrofoam. Oh, and I don't know if I pointed out the chain link fence around the power plant. And that power plant has an interior that I put into the boilers and all that, and turbines. And actually I scratch built it. I didn't buy the Walters interior kit. I think they had an interior kit fit for it, but I didn't. I just scratch built it out of stuff. And it's not perfect detail, but when you look through the windows you actually can see something in there when the lights are on the inside. And this fencing's made out of wedding veil and brass wire that just soldered together. I guess this is it. It's not a lot, but it's a lot of fun. So we'll talk to you later, YouTubers.